She vanished in California. The truth is terrifying. On the evening of October 14, 2019, 24-year-old Emily Carter left her apartment in Sacramento, California, after receiving a phone call from an unknown number. She told her roommate she would only be gone for 30 minutes. She never returned. Her white Honda Civic was discovered the next morning, parked beside a quiet road near Folsom Lake. The driver's door was locked. Her purse, wallet, and cell phone were still inside. There were no signs of a struggle. No fingerprints except Emily's. No witnesses. Security cameras captured her car entering the area at 9:42 p.m., but they never recorded it leaving. Detectives spent months interviewing friends, family members, and co-workers. Everyone described Emily as responsible, cautious, and unlikely to disappear voluntarily. Then, investigators made a chilling discovery. A trail camera placed deep in the nearby woods had captured a blurry figure walking between the trees shortly after midnight. The figure appeared to be a young woman wearing clothes identical to Emily's. She wasn't running. She wasn't struggling. She was simply walking deeper into the forest, alone. Search teams combed the area for weeks using drones, dogs, and helicopters. Nothing was found. Nearly a year later, detectives reopened the case after reviewing Emily's phone records. They found something disturbing. Just minutes before she disappeared, someone had texted her a single message. "I know what happened that night." The message came from a prepaid phone that had never been used again. Despite hundreds of tips, investigators were never able to identify who sent it. Years have passed. Emily Carter has never been found. Her family still hopes for answers. And every October, visitors near Folsom Lake claim they see a lone woman walking silently into the trees after sunset. Whether it's only a coincidence or the final clue in a mystery that has never been solved, no one knows. 1 year later, exactly 1 year after Emily Carter disappeared, detectives received a package with no return address. Inside was a single flash drive, no fingerprints, no note, only one file. The timestamp read October 14th, 2020, 2:13 a.m. When investigators opened the video, they froze. It showed the same forest near Folsom Lake. The camera slowly moved through the trees as if someone were walking. Heavy breathing echoed through the recording. Then, Emily appeared. She looked exactly the same as the night she vanished. Not older, not injured. She simply stood between the trees, staring directly into the camera. She smiled, then quietly whispered, "You weren't supposed to find me." The screen suddenly filled with static. The video ended. Police rushed to the exact location shown in the footage. The forest was silent. Not a single footprint could be found. But officers noticed something strange. Every compass they carried pointed in different directions. GPS devices lost signal. Body cameras randomly shut off. Veteran detectives admitted they had never experienced anything like it. A week later, another witness came forward. A park ranger claimed he had seen a young woman walking alone near the lake every night at exactly 2:13 a.m. He assumed she was a lost hiker. Each time he called out to her, she continued walking without turning around. The ranger finally decided to follow her. About 50 yards into the woods, she disappeared. There was nowhere to hide, only open ground beneath the moonlight. The ranger resigned 2 weeks later. He never explained why. Months passed. The investigation seemed dead once again. Then another disappearance occurred. A college student named Jason Morales visited Folsom Lake hoping to film a documentary about Emily's case. He uploaded one final video before he vanished. In the recording, Jason laughed. "I think people are exaggerating this story," he said. Then the camera turned toward the woods. A woman wearing a dark jacket stood between the trees. She raised one hand. Jason slowly walked toward her. The live stream ended. His camera was discovered the next morning, still recording. Jason was gone. Detectives compared the footage with Emily's old photographs. The jacket matched. The height matched. Even the way she tilted her head matched. But one detail terrified investigators. Emily hadn't aged at all. It was as though time had stopped the moment she disappeared. Today, the trail leading into those woods has been closed to the public. Warning signs surround the area. Most visitors ignore them. Some never return. Locals still claim that on quiet nights, a woman can be seen standing beneath the trees, silently watching the road. If you see her, don't follow. And if she smiles, run. Because no one who has followed Emily Carter into those woods has ever been seen again. 5 years later. By 2025, Emily Carter's disappearance had become one of California's most talked about unsolved mysteries. Podcasters discussed her case. True crime channels analyzed every clue. Thousands of people claimed they knew what had happened, but no one ever found the truth. Until journalist Daniel Brooks decided to investigate for himself. He believed every mystery had an answer. He was wrong. Daniel spent weeks interviewing retired detectives, search and rescue volunteers, and locals living near Folsom Lake. Most refused to speak on camera. Those who did all repeated the same warning. If you hear someone calling your name in those woods, don't answer. Daniel laughed. He didn't believe in ghost stories. He believed in evidence. On the night of October 14th, exactly 6 years after Emily vanished, Daniel entered the forest alone. A small body camera recorded every step. At first, everything seemed normal. The trees swayed gently in the wind. Owls called in the distance, nothing unusual. Then, his flashlight began flickering. His compass spun wildly. His phone lost signal. At exactly 2:13 a.m., Daniel heard footsteps. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Someone was walking behind him. He turned around. Nothing. The footsteps stopped. He continued walking. A few seconds later, they returned. Closer, slower, matching every step he took. Daniel spun around again. The trail was empty. His breathing grew heavier. Then his camera caught something he didn't notice. A woman stood between the trees, motionless. Her long, dark hair covered most of her face. She wore the same jacket Emily had worn 6 years earlier. Daniel whispered, "Emily?" The woman slowly raised one finger, beckoning him closer. Against every instinct, Daniel followed. The body camera shook violently as he walked deeper into the forest. The trees became thicker. The night grew unnaturally silent. Even the wind had stopped.